Good morning. This morning we're off in search of water. We're going to see if the rains that we've recently had have actually led to there being water in the 3 reservoirs closest to my house. They're not very close. We're going to go off in search of it. Pretty much there. You can see the dam. Looks like they're working on the overflow gate. That'd be lovely news if it's because it's full. I need to make sure it's working. I can't believe it's full. It wasn't enough rain, but I'm hoping it's going to be a lot higher than it has been. I remember years ago we came here with my niece and her friend, and we went swimming, and the water was almost up to the top. We have been here before. It was a long time ago. We actually went up to the medieval town that's on top of a knoll just here, Siarana. It's got some great tales about it. Right, is there any water in the Siarana reservoir? The answer is no. No, there really isn't. Oh no, what a disappointment. Oh, people must be gutted. Beautiful. Stunning, stunning. Let's have a look over the other side. So I don't know why they're working on this dam. There's absolutely no possibility of them needing to get those overflow gates open. Oh, it's beautiful up here though. So just let me squeeze by. Anyway, empty. We now need to climb a lot. We need to get around the shoulder of Montsant and go all the way around the northern side of it. It's a huge climb. I'm a little bit intimidated because I know a lot of it is at 12%. I've only ever come down it before. If we can get up round it, we're on completely new roads, and I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm really nervous about all these 12%. But we'll see, won't we? We'll find out. I feel naughty now. A yacht club, and behind it is where they should be yachting. There is not a drop of water in there. It's terrible. It's completely dry. There's just that puddle by the dam. That's disturbing. Look at the boats. One right down here. Fairly certain that they'd cut a new road down to the water last time we were here. That building can have the water lapping up against it. That's the canoe club and a yachting club, and all that we've got left is this grubby little bit at the bottom. Sorry, just can't get over it. I was hoping this was going to be a lovely cheery one, with me being all excited and pleased that there was water in the reservoirs again. Anyway, the climb up to that was an absolute pig. Hardest climb I've ever done. Utterly stunning. I did it on this, I did it on the game. That one had one of the higher powered bikes. I don't think we've got the power on yet. No, we don't. Let's have some power. We're turning right away from civilization. In fact, we're not going to see another town until Ulldemolins. You've been there before. Don't be disappointed. It was another town that was bombed by Hitler's Condor Legion. Only this one, they bombed it on Christmas Day, which is pretty miserable of them. Just past this little monument, I didn't know what it was. I have a suspicion as to what it is. I rather think that a member of the cycling club of Cornedelli de Montsant died, and this is a monument to him. Nice old steel frame bike. This is bloody beautiful. Isn't that lovely? High speed. The road's quite bumpy too. It definitely feels quite alpine up here. These are oaks. There's lots of bare rock and not so much agriculture. Some almond trees that are trying to make a living. Oh, how lovely is this now, eh? See on the hillside, that's our road. We've got to go all the way up that, and this is the one I'm really actually a bit afraid of. This one I've climbed the very first part of it before with you, but we turned right and went off to Prades and a fantastic monastery over that way whose name escapes me, and I never really felt I had to go to get up this, but seeing as we're now at least an hour and a half's drive from my house, and Mrs. Yako is not available this afternoon, I've got to climb it. It looks very intimidating, doesn't it? Yep, it feels intimidating too. I can't get my heart monitor to work either. I think I started in the wrong order or something. I think I need to stop and make sure that's going. I don't want to put myself at risk. That's better. Feel safe now. Hello. Hello. Oh, look at that. Look, a road up the middle of it. Oh, that's a bit closer. Oh dear. Okay, that's going to be the 12% section. Like most of it, I can see cyclists coming down it. They're not shredding it. Definitely not. They should be here by now. Come on, lads. There. Glimpse. There. One finger and a slight nod on number 2. About number 3. Real. A nod. Oh, flipping heck. This doesn't seem so bad now. I think it was just going around that lower bend, and we're now on that sort of scar that we saw along in. I don't think I'll be stopping to do any ride-bys though. Beautiful peace and quiet. How excited. And who exactly he's playing that siren for? There's no one here. There's no one here. Not too far from the top now. I'm quite glad I'm having a couple of little breaks. The heart rate has been getting very, very close to my max. There's no point in dying up here, is there? No one will find me for weeks. I think I've got a new favourite climb. Oh. Straight down into the Montsant gorges. Quite feel good. Bit knackered. I was really, really pleased with that climb. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. Look at these. In these. I'll look at the steps, and you can look anywhere, anywhere you like. You look over there, and I'll look down the steps. So we've done the 2 hard climbs already, and they were okay. I always get my knickers in a twist about climbing, and I just don't need to. I'm silly, I'm a foolish boy. Oh, looking a bit mucky actually. I do love it. I love you, I do. I've had to pedal. How have I not ridden this road before? It doesn't look that great. Frankly, I'll just have to take it super slow. I've got a funny feeling that what's going to happen is that it's suddenly going to plummet over the edge of a cliff, which is why it's not paved. But it's all right so far. You can always push. Oh dear, yeah, that's not so nice. That's not really road tyre terrain, is it? And it's got quite a lot steeper this last few hundred metres. So I've just got one foot unclipped and perched up on my saddle. Feels very, very high. I did get kind of used to a dropper seat post on the Kemen and on the rise, you'd be tearing along this track on either of those two. And they're below me. Oh no. A beautiful smooth tarmac road below us. Back on gravel, it's a lot easier up than down. Come on, get your cadence up, fella. Now this should be the dam. It's a long time since I've been here. I know there's a little road that goes all the way around it, but I sort of remember the road being longer than it looks. It's probably because there was water all the way up all of these arms. We're not reaching any conclusions here. The Sierrana was empty, and this one's not too bad. We're just by a Palma d'Ebre. I'll show you it. Hold on. There it is. So it's called La Palma. Can you see any palm trees? No. Can you see that dirty great tree up there? Up there? Up there? That one? Pine tree. So I'm just going to quickly show you the pine and then some nice views on the way back to my house before we head off again to reservoir number 3, because it's 1-1 at the moment as to whether there is water in the reservoirs. So I've done it again. I've filled up my SD card on the cam. We're out in the middle of nowhere and I can't really delete stuff. I've just deleted a couple of files randomly, so hopefully it was just me wittering on. But I want some space to do the descent because I'm going to try for it anyway. I can see there's a headwind. It's not going to be 100 kilometers an hour, but it's still going to be exciting, and I want to clear a bit of space for that. So enough seconds to record this. I'm just going to toggle through. I put a new data field on my Garmin for maximum speed, so I'll be able to tell you straight away how fast. Not very. 93.2. I thought I had it. I thought I had it. Somewhere on that descent I lost my phone. Must have flown out my pocket. I have to climb that hill to see if I can find my phone. Well, as you can probably tell from the sky, we're on a different day. Looking for the phone turned into a 2-day epic. It was brilliant that the neighbours found the phone itself. Brilliant, absolutely superb. But what I'd done is I tucked my driving licence, which I use for ID here in Spain, into the case, and we just couldn't find the driving licence, so that took another day. So it's now 2 days on, but at least I'm refreshed, so we can go and find the 3rd reservoir and the decider for this week's video. Just Just getting to the top of a nasty little climb, which I remember was in the Volta de Catalunya in 2016, on the day where Chris Froome lost the race. There'd been a tiny little break, as in the peloton had broken into two, and Ineos, or Sky as they were, they just got caught on the wrong side of it, and we were waiting right here in that lay-by, in fact, for the race to come past. I could have sworn I hadn't seen Chris Froome or Geraint Thomas, who obviously I've been looking out for the most, but you think maybe in the pack I just missed them. But no, 15 minutes behind, up crawled Team Sky, looking very, very forlorn and very fed up. I still wish G Nadolig Llawen, which I always do. He didn't seem to cheer him up like it normally does. Oh dear. Well, you can see the dam there, and you can see the line that the water makes when it's full. There's a spillway just to the left hand side of it, which is quite exciting when it's flowing. And that is all but empty. Let's go and get another view of it. Oh, nearly lost it. That is the emptiest I've ever seen it. That is really low. Well, I think that's fairly conclusive. We're not out of the drought yet. And on that note, thanks for watching. Well, that's kind of it really, isn't it? There is no water. I mean, I don't know if you can see just down there, there are some pedlos in the shapes of swans, and I think you can slide off the neck of the swan into the water. Well, they're out of business, aren't they? You can see some kayaks pulled up there too. No one's going to want to come and paddle in that little muddy ditch. And we do have rain forecast for this afternoon, but a couple of millimetres. So never say never, but it's an awful lot to catch up on to fill these things. I'm doing a charity ride. It's going to take the whole of October, and it is my next challenge. It's the Make It Orange challenge fundraising event for Alcohol Change UK. I'm going to be riding 1,000 kilometres in orange. I'm just going to be doing my normal ride videos. It's not going to interfere with what we do, but at the end I'll do a recap of how it's all gone. But I am going to be asking you for donations, if you wouldn't mind. But that's for the future. Don't worry about it just yet, but I will be asking, and I'm hoping that you'll give. But on that note, thanks for watching.